Hey y'all. So I'm here with Charles. That's the government name. Anywho, um, the Lord is telling me to show you all illustration on how this love thing works and where your places are in people's lives, right? And so how the Lord gave this to me, and he gave it to me. I had to show it to my kids, right? But He's also telling me to record it so that other people know what it is to follow Jesus for real, right? Like what it is to love people for real, because our commandment is to love Him and love people. And if we don't love the people, then we're not loving Him in the way we're supposed to, right? And so Charles has agreed to let the Lord use him on today. We thank you so much for your obedience.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, and we're just gonna walk this thing through, right? And so I'm holding him, right? And I am represent Jesus. Is this how close he walks to you, right? He's close. Like if your hand is in your pocket, his hand is in your pocket. You know, that's how close he is to you. So when you interact with him and you engage with him, you have to know who walks with him and you should respect him in that manner. Now, God walks so close with us, right? That it don't matter if we moving forward, if we moving backwards. If he go left, God does not go right. He stays with him. So you have to be mindful that when you're wanting to get the young people to come to Christ, to have a relationship with them, they know who he is. It's just the people that they are coming across are not showing them the love of Christ, in which they know it feels right. The love of Christ feels right to us because that's what he put in us. So when you deal with your young people, do what God tells us to do, right? First Corinthians 13 tells us that we need to be patient, we need to be kind, we need to not insist on our own way. Because if God is walking with him in whatever decision he chooses to do, who are we to say that we're above God and tell him that he's wrong? Right? Let's just encourage the young people. Like let's motivate them to the better, right? Let's watch the words we say. Let's watch the way we interact with them. Let's not think of ourselves as too highly to meet them where they are, right? That's the only way we're going to get them to where the world should be, and that's just in genuine love, right? And the young people, if we show them the correct way of what love in Christ is, they will go out there and they will give what God has given them to give to the world, right? And so that's not only with being not insisting on our own way, but listening to them, spending time with them, getting to know who they are, getting to know who their struggles is. If you walk up on this young man, you're not gonna know that in his high school years, he lost somebody very close to him, and he been trying to figure this thing out. And some of y'all have crossed his path and left him in a state of unlove. You did not leave him with the feeling of being loved. And this young man is deserving of that, right? And so you say, like, how, well, okay, so how do I show him that I love him? If you hurt him, if you caused him offense, if you caused him to feel some type of way that didn't resemble love, you do that by you going back to that young man and you look at him in his face and you tell him that you're sorry for that. You apologize to that young man for making him feel that way. And you spend time with him. You hang out with him. You get to know him. This young man has so much potential. And you will never know that if you don't spend the time with him to get to know him. And that's what love is, y'all. Love is like whatever it is we got to go through, we going through it. If it's a good decision, whether it's a bad decision, because God tells us that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. And if the young man loves the Lord, then all of the things he chooses to do are going to work together for his good. But where are the people that love him for real? Because those people got to come back and they got to apologize to him, right? They got to make those things right because you're walking in disobedience when you don't do that. That's a sin. And that's where we're failing each other because we won't take the time to just get to know people, to understand where they come from, why they feel the way they feel, why they think the way they think, right? And we have to do better with that, because our young people will go out and they will show the love of Christ. They will give it. My kids show me that they know that. And the people that are drawn to them, they have that heart to give. This young man he will do anything I ask him to do in obedience. And I honor that. I respect that, because he could tell me no. He could be like, "Nah, ma, I ain't doing it." But he said, "Whatever you need, ma, I'll do it." And the Lord is going to honor that. He gonna bless this young man. And so as we come out tomorrow to the picnic to just show the love of Christ for real to the community and give them the hot dogs and the chips that we have, you can come get to know this guy, because he's gonna be there. You can come get to know all the young people that will be there. Get to know who they are, because here's the thing: God is not judging them by what their outside appearance looks like. He's only judging them by their heart. And if their heart is right and it wants to serve God and it wants to love other people the way that they're instructed to love, then we need to do what we are supposed to do as adults, parents, grandparents. We have to encourage them. We have to show them that they are worthy. Even in their youth, they are worthy of forgiveness, being forgiven. They are worthy of the love of Christ. Everyone is. And so that's what he's giving me to give y'all. Somebody needs to come back and apologize to this young man, because you spoke some things over him that wasn't right. You left him in states of feeling unloved, and that's not right, especially if you say you're a follower of Christ. And maybe maybe this person is not for you, but he's a human. So replace him with whomever it is that you need to replace him with, that you need to go back and apologize to and make situations right. Because here's the thing: if you don't do that, you're walking in sin, because it's disobedience. And so y'all be great. Do whatever it is you're gonna do today, right? And do it at the best of your ability, because God is walking with you. And every day he gives you to, it's just another day for him to allow you to get it together, right? So y'all enjoy y'all day. I love y'all.